I'm going to add some straight line quilting to the cream background parts of my block. I'm using the Handy Quilter mini scallop ruler just once again. It is made to go against the foot of a sit-down long arm machine. If I were doing this on a home sewing machine, I would not use this ruler in contact with the foot of my home sewing machine. I would draw the lines on and follow them with my machine freehand or with the feed dogs in place. Since this is a 1/4 inch foot, I'm putting my ruler on the stitched line, and my foot will push my needle a 1/4 inch away, and I will have a triangle stitched a 1/4 inch inside of my piecing line. I'm going to slowly stitch up here. Too fast, let's slow that down. For those with the same type of machine and are curious, I'm sewing at 28% now. I've stopped when my foot has reached the other side of my piecing line, and I can put my ruler right against the piecing line here and stitch down. I have some choices to make now. I could either make a series of knots and keep clipping, or I'm going to stitch in this 1/4 inch line here that I've taped off. That will become my ditch once I piece the sashing to this, so I'm going to stitch over since I don't like to make knots. There we go. One more. Stitch up again. I stopped when my foot hit the next line, knowing that it is centered at a 1/4 inch there. Now I'm placing my ruler on the stitched line to move my needle a 1/4 inch inside. And that is my background quilting. I can either make a knot here, start again here, or do what I'm going to do, which is stitch in the ditch, or what will be the ditch once the piecing is done. Now I'm a 1/4 inch inside of this piecing here, and I know that because the back of my foot has hit my seam line. Putting my ruler on the piecing line, stitching up the side until my foot hits the piecing line up here, turn the corner, I can turn, stitch in the ditch down. That's a 1/4 inch. Place my ruler on the stitched line, stitch in. One more. Now my foot has hit the stitched line, place my ruler on the stitched line, stitch down. Stitch over a 1/4 inch again. Up to within a 1/4 inch. Turn my ruler again. Stitch in the ditch again. I think this will be my last line. We'll see how the spacing looks. And back down again. If you don't like that much of an open area here, you can continue filling it in. I think I'm going to leave it and stitch in the ditch up and around to the next area. So I stitched in the ditch until I'm a 1/4 inch inside of this green piece. Put my ruler on the piecing line. Stitch a 1/4 inch in, 1/4 inch down, quarter of an inch, stitch again, and one last time. I would make a knot here and start again up at the next corner. Do all 4 corners of your block the same way.